everybody, me be a real bad man, ExtraCheese Guzman, that's what they call me on the metaverse. My name is Brian Sibanda, that's my government name. And welcome to Crypto and Comedy. Alongside me is the legend, the myth. Well, I would like to say his name is ExtraCheese Guzman, but that's my name. His name, I don't know, introduce yourself.
Known as Anchovies Montana, mostly in the metaverse because of my pizza down relations. So that's my first name. Some people know me as Dowtech. Some people know me as Parama, PK, Pack. You know,
Okay.
my mom calls me Pack.
Pack man.
Yeah.
All right. So we are going to be a bit confusing. Like, you know, you say Dow, pizza Dow. Maybe some people don't know who are watching this. So don't worry. We'll explain the jargons as we go. But for now, we're just gonna go with the flow. Even though they say, you know them rappers. They say only dead fish go with the flow. Either sink or you float. Anyway, ExtraCheese Guzman, Pande rap flows. So first of all, we just gotta do a shout out. So shout out to Zero Budget Network. Who's helping us with all of this. We're powered by the Blockchain Social FinTech Association, which is us, Dowtech and Hakim Digital. So yeah, let's get started. Cryptocurrencies. Yini cryptocurrency.
When you want to buy something normally, using your normal bank card, this is what happens. I give my card details to the shop asks the bank if I'm good for the money. The bank checks its records to see if I've got enough in my account. If I do, it lets the shop know. It updates its records to show the movement of money from my account to the shop's. Oh, and it takes a little cut for its trouble. Now, if you wanted to remove the bank from that system, who else would you trust to keep those records and not alter them or cheat in any way? Well, I wouldn't trust you. I wouldn't trust you. In fact, I wouldn't trust any single person, but I might trust everyone. The idea is you don't have a central record of transactions. Instead, you distribute many, many copies of this ledger around the world. Each owner of each copy records every transaction. So, to buy something using cryptocurrency, I give the shop my details. The shop asks all the bookkeepers if I'm good for the money. The bookkeepers all check their records to see if I have enough. If I do, they tell the shop, and then all update their records to show the movement of money. So there's no way that a forged transaction can make it in. If I try to alter a ledger, it won't match all of the other copies, and it gets rejected. Oh, and one of them, at random, will be given a reward of some newly created cryptocurrency. This is how cryptocurrencies work. And remember, all of these bookkeepers, all of these ledgers, they're not actually people, they're computers. Lots of computers.
No, because for me, I think I used to be a trader. I didn't try Forex, but I think the Forex was tiring me because I was one of those guys. I think I was trading for 4 years and I lost. I don't even know. I was blowing an account like when I didn't. I was trying to trade. I tried, all these different tactics. I was following all the gurus and I died. Just nothing worked. And then I met this one guy. His name is Josh Vasquez. So he's the one. He runs the Bitcoin. Ola Bitcoin, yeah. So the Ola Bitcoin, we kind of also, helped him, grow it in Botswana. So Ola Bitcoin, they do education and all of that. So then now, that is when I learned that there is this thing called Bitcoin. And so now that's when, because I realized that I've lost a lot of money and then because I didn't know how to trade. So then met Josh, taught me about Bitcoin, and Bitcoin, that was like my first introduction to cryptocurrencies. Okay. There's this thing called Bitcoin. I didn't know what it was about, but that was my starting point to know cryptocurrency. How do you sort of get into this world of crypto and currencies and all this stuff?
Well, I think my journey started in the stock market. I'm an able stock trader. I do the S&P 500, the JSE, the Nasdaq, the FTSE. I'm like very, into the companies. They like say invest in what you buy and what you live. So that's basically my bread and butter. I used to always, if you bump into me, I'm always watching Bloomberg, CNBC, or some business channel.
So you never blew accounts. Your accounts were not going.
Well, not on. I didn't do forex.
Okay.
Right. I was on stocks. Literally, it doesn't go down to zero. Right. You buy, and in general, with the stock market, it grows as an economy grows. So whatever the index is, we are thinking there's going to be more consumers, there's going to be more people, so everything's going to go up. So I would buy in stuff like Nvidia, the blue chips, Microsoft, Tesla. So pre-COVID, everything dropped.
Okay.
And it was a good time to go in. So the platform I was using, which is eToro, I think people kind of know it.
Okay.
The issue really was, how do you onboard and get into the space? And there was, I think this was 2019, 2018. There were no exchanges officially in Botswana. There was no framework. There was no legislation about virtual assets as it's currently standing. So it was a gray. I would call it was the Wild West.
Okay.
Of the metaverse.
We're in a Panda Wild West. Panda Wild West. Ewe. Yeah. Right, man. Sometimes I like to dabble into singing. Me, ExtraCheese Guzman, Panda Wild West.
Yeah,
get it off my chest.
I thought you had the album or two.
Yeah, no, so I get, so the fun part is that I get paid to do weird stuff. That's why I believe in crypto a lot, so we're going to talk about that because I dropped a song. So on the 22nd of May, every single year, we have what we call a global pizza party. And so I was in charge of running that anthem, I'm going to play the song right now so that you guys feel the bad man,
This one here called Pizza Island. For all me people on the blockchain nation. It's a pizza party. Pizza on the block. Come do with your crew to Pizza Island. Why I say island? Party on Pizza Island. Yeah, we irate on Pizza Island. You're invited to Pizza Island. Yeah,
I got paid in what? That was Ethereum? Yeah, so I got paid in Ethereum. Ethereum is a cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
And just to make that song, and countrywide, over 400 cities were playing my song,
Yeah.
So, anyways,
so I'm hoping we would put maybe just a graph to show the different types of cryptocurrencies and their use cases. So there are many types of use cases. We've got things like altcoins. We've got things like stable coins.
Altcoins, aren't those called shit coins?
No, they're the shit coins.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. Like what? Like what? Okay, I don't want to say that one. Dogecoin, because that's a dodgy coin.
Well, Dogecoin was a meme coin and a joke.
Okay.
Actually. And it just grew popularity because the developers with blockchain, it is possible for you to know people's wallet addresses. So people knew Vitalik. Vitalik is the founder of Ethereum. And they threw Doge into his wallet. So people thought, if Vitalik's holding it, that means it must be worth something.
100%.
Yeah, so it was COVID, and he had his cold wallet at his mom's house, and he had no access to it. So the whole time through COVID, he had this, he couldn't sell it, and it went up in value. And then by the time he got access to his cold wallet and was able to sell it, he literally gave it all to charity.
Wow.
I think it was some billions.
Oh, wow.
And, because he didn't want to have that association, but it was too late. Doge had gained popularity, and it had taken off, and as a coin, and basically was forked off Ethereum. So it was basically, what you can do is, if you want to start your own coin, it's a cut and paste, basically. This is open source. It's not, a proprietary technology. It's not like a secret or anything. Everything is plain, transparent on the blockchain with the smart contracts.
100%. So future episodes, we'll teach people how to to do their own coin. Like for instance, I've got my own coin. It's called the LOL coin, LOL. You know, because I'm a comedian, so it had to be called a LOL coin. So, but mine is not like it's a utility coin. So you buy into my coin. If you got my coin, that means all my events, all my shows, you know, you come in with that coin. So for me, it's like a utility. You know, it comes with that. So because most people, you know, do useless coins where you buy their coin, they go up in value, then you know, if it's a rug pull,
basically you've been rugged.
you've been rugged. Yeah, but you know,
That's also another metaverse term. Generally, if you go into a
like the Haktua coin.
that's basically a rug. Pump and dump, all these terms, they're synonymous with the Web3. I would say if there's a scam, that means there's real money to be made in that industry because you can't scam an industry with no liquidity.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Don't blame the gun, blame the shooter.
So I think going back to how I got into it, that's kind of what happened. There were a lot of scams in the early days of Bitcoin. People just not having information, not having education, so they ended up on the wrong platforms, on maybe even clubs and certain platforms which were not kosher on the ecosystem. What initially Bitcoin and cryptocurrency came out to do was to decentralize and put the hands of finance in the ordinary hands of people, to make yourself the own bank and make yourself able to be financially freedom.
Now we're going on to my favorite topic. We're talking about decentralization. Because for me, when I learned about Bitcoin, that was the first time I was freed from what I call financial constipation. You were ExtraCheese Guzman. You know what I'm saying? That was a bar.
Yeah, no,
Decentralization.
It was
freedom.
really wrapped.
Yeah, no, straight up. So let's talk about Web3. What is this Web3 decentralizing? You know, what is this whole? Because right now, I believe truly Botswana needs to learn about Web3 decentralization, cryptocurrencies, and all of this, because other countries, especially from the West, East Africa, let's not even talk about the Western countries, but I mean the West Africa, East Africa, Kenya, you know, like, hey, you just came from Kenya, and you know, the other countries are like, they cruising while we're still saying, hey, get scam, you know, but guys are literally winning. Like, you know, most people after school, they're like doing dev work. Guys are getting paid for doing, like, I get paid for doing my marketing service. I just, you know, I do a lot of cool stuff, you know, graphically for a guy in Houston. He runs a company called Tetralto Roofing. You can check that out. And like, so tell us about the Web3 decentralization. How does that work? You know, like, especially in Botswana, you know, like, because we've been doing this for a long time.
All right. Well, I think initially, if I can go back to what Web 1 is. Web 1 was basically...
Only Web 1.
Well, so for explanation purposes, right?
Okay, let's go.
Yeah,
Web 1.
Yeah, Web 1. I mean, we didn't know it was Web 1, but it was. And this is where I think...
In fact, I think we just know the web.
Yeah, it was
No,
web.
There's Web 3, there's Web 2, Web 1.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
so
go.
So the initial web was you put in your email and password. Okay. And then you get access
So it's 90 what now?
This was probably 81. Okay. Yeah, okay. Like very early, you know, into the 90s. This was all Web 1. Yahoo, Google came in with, still Web 1. All this kind of like infrastructure around you being able to use your email and password to access different sites. Okay. And then you then use your email as login and stuff like that. Okay. And then I think swiftly around the 2000s, we got into the social scene where we got, what was it called? I think if people were that young, they would remember MySpace and High Five. Those were the early Facebookers. Yeah. And then Facebook came in maybe 94.
The .com time.
2004.
The .com generation.
No, the .com was way before.
Okay, that's right? Web 1.
Yeah, that was Web 1. The .com boom where they figured that all the stuff that we want to do, sell pets, that was the .com boom. Okay. And it kind of like similar, we ended up with the social boom, where we had a whole lot of social networks coming into the space, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, And that was now what we call Web 2.
Okay.
Right? And Web 2, you then used your Web 1 credentials in your Web 2 and then used that to navigate in the web. So
Okay.
you would log in with your Google account, not your password.
I see.
You know, using, I think, technology, what they call ZK rollups,
Okay.
where people know a secret and they don't reveal the secret, and then it allows you to log in to trusted sites.
Okay.
Using your Google or your Facebook or whatever, or your Twitter.
Okay.
Or X at the moment, whatever it's called.
Ex-Twitter.
Yeah. So I mean, these
Twitter.
days we now have moving on to the Web 3. So
Okay.
Web 3 took that and then it replaced it with a wallet address.
I see.
Which is actually on a cryptographic hash on.
Okay, so now the Web 3, MLS, so now when we go to the Web 3,
Yeah.
so now what makes the Web 3 is that now I don't use my Google password and all the stuff. Now I'm using a wallet address.
Yes.
This
Which is-
wallet address is...
This wallet address is on a blockchain.
Okay.
And is running on the blockchain and needs you to interact with it for authorization and verification of ownership.
Okay, all right. So I understand, but I'm a good pretender. I'll pretend I don't understand. Tell me about this blockchain and the wallet. So what is blockchain actually? Now, let's dive in there. Maybe just before I ask you the next thing. But what is the blockchain now? So since we know that the Web3 has to do with the wallet, and now the wallet is got cryptography and it's got blockchain behind it. So what is blockchain?
Okay, so blockchain is basically the technology which is running the whole crypto space.
Okay.
It is a way of verifying information in a block and saved on a public ledger. So all the transactions that happen will be put on a public ledger, and then every other transaction will be put in blocks.
I see.
And then every block is put together, and then that way the information cannot be tampered with because the blocks are in sequence, and you can't go back then change information there because it won't match, or change information before, because on the blockchain you have people who are verifying these transactions.
I see.
And these guys would be called node. Everybody in the blockchain, some blockchains, everyone is a verifier. So the whole blockchain will have to agree to say this transaction has taken place for it to be true.
Sure.
So it's kind of a big web of things, but it is the best way to make sure that digital information does not get changed and is transparent.
Yeah, man, that is Anchovies Montana. Yeah. Hi, I know you're cooking.
Yeah.
You're cooking and I'm eating. Cook some more, cook some more. But anyways, wow. For those who know you, you just came back from Kenya, and of which you left me, you know, by the airport. We'll talk about that after this. But yeah, so you just came from Kenya. So what did you go do in Kenya? What was happening there? Because, yeah, I think...
Okay, well, I think I will start from...
So, yeah, apparently we are two metaverse, two Web3, two block, what, you know, so the producers of the show were like, we should end the show properly. My name be ExtraCheese Guzman, so I'm here now trying to end the show properly. I'm trying, you know what I'm saying? So please don't buy my coin. LOL coin, it's a joke. My name is ExtraCheese Guzman, Brian Sibanda, and this is the cutaway scene where we say goodbye. Hope to see you next time. If you do come next time, please like and subscribe, do right. And I'm being with my co-host, Anchovies Montana, aka Pagama. And yeah, we part of Crypto and Comedy, Blockchain, FinTech, Social FinTech Association, Dowtech, that's his company. And we're also powered by Hakim Digital. We're doing a lot of amazing stuff. So we'll be back again. Zero Budget Network. We'll be back again, I guess, next week.
Yep. If you need to follow and look for anything, look at PN Spanda or NFTs Africa on X. Actually, all platforms, NFTs Africa is available, nftsafrica.com. Just hit me up.
Extra selector, why I say, yeah man, this one here called Pizza Island. For all me people on the blockchain nation, yeah man, you know, we irate, pandem, everybody vibing, it's a pizza party. Come through with your crew to Pizza Island. Why I say island, party on Pizza Island. Yeah, we irate on Pizza Island. You're invited to Pizza Island. Yeah, we irate on Pizza Island. One ExtraCheese Guzman, Baku Dabulan, I'm the real bad man. Pizza pan the blockchain, me can't complain. Pizza pan the blockchain, me celebrate.